Achievements ruin games. Achieving things. We all like achieving things. We have been conditioned to achieve. What did you achieve today? What have you achieved this year? What are you going to achieve next year? What achievements have you got in life? Any time spent not achieving things is, apparently, time wasted. The word achievement, like so many others, has been diluted to make it more attainable, more achievable. So now, when we're playing a video game, we're given achievements, or in PlayStation parlance, trophies, participation trophies. That flourishing ping and the little banner telling us we've achieved something and giving us a reward is now a fundamental part of gaming. Achievement unlocked is a meme in and of itself. There are websites dedicated to tracking your achievements, which then apparently run events wherein you can torpedo that achievement percentage in order to encourage you to play more, to get more achievements, to get the percentage back up. For no other reason than to achieve more. And yes, obviously, achievements exist to get you to spend more time playing that game, to give you more things to do and to discover. And essentially, collecting the achievements becomes side quests in and of themselves. And fine, I do the Microsoft rewards thingy. When I get an achievement, I get 50 bonus points. I boot up a game and I log into the app daily, and I try to do most weekly and monthly things because I get actual spendable points, which I use to keep my Game Pass membership free, allowing me to play the games I want to enjoy without ever paying. And sometimes those tasks involve getting achievements. But whilst I was away from it, there seems to have been a shift in gaming. And I'm not sure how far it's spread, but there has been a definite shift towards using your gaming time to gain achievements. Achievements now being more important than playing the game, and completing a game now seems to equal gaining all the achievements rather than finishing the story it's telling and hoovering up the side quests. I mean, maybe it's because I spent ages just playing racing games and Elder Scrolls, but the first games I played when I branched out again, the first Assassin's Creed, Dishonored, Talos Principle, the fact that they actually have an ending and don't just continue till you get bored or mod it till it breaks came as rather a shock. And couple that with the surprise price of games, I had a double shock. I mean, it's twice the price it used to be, and there's a limited amount of stuff to do, and it's a linear story. I have to follow it in sequence. What the fuck? But that's not what I was saying. That's my age. So yeah, for decades it's been my understanding that the idea of gaming is to enjoy playing a game, to lose yourself in the story and in the world, or in race terms, in the action and the simulation of a championship. And yes, I'm the one who plays F1 games on full-length sessions and runs the career mode from beginning to end. Games are fucking expensive and I'm getting my money's worth. But in the few months since I got the Xbox, I've noticed that the talk is, if you follow this walkthrough, you can get through this game in 3 to 4 hours and you'll get all the achievements. Which seems to me roughly to translate to do all these things and you'll hit completion. Don't worry about the story, you can skip through that, which, okay, walkthroughs have their place when you're stuck, but to just bang through something you're not enjoying in order to get as many ticks and gamer score points as you can seems to have turned the enjoyment of the pastime of video games into a points-based competitive environment. Now yes, obviously, all games have an element of competition. And yes, if you're playing multiplayer or tournaments, or you're racing your mates, or you're a pro, then obviously, fine, it's competitive. But to deliberately, and I'm groping for a verb here, but competize, competate, competitize? To deliberately make a competition out of a supposedly enjoyable single-player relaxing pastime seems both wrong and to undermine the entire point of gaming. So is it just a shift in gaming attitudes brought on by companies trying to get you to spend more time on their systems? Or is it art imitating life? Is it a reflection of the gradual but accelerating, underlying but surfacing current in society, which causes more and more pressure to be put on people to spend every single second achieving? That background state of frenetic societal anxiety that if we stop for a second to look at the scenery rather than being on our phones, if we're not abreast of the latest trends and news, if we don't respond to a work email at 2 a.m. when we're on holiday, that if we turn off our devices and aren't reachable for a couple of hours, that if, God forbid, we ever fucking sleep, we're somehow wasting time. And that non-achievement equals failure. Being ill equals failure. I don't deal with pressure well at all. I don't deal with social interaction well. So sometimes I just turn my phone off and I read. Sometimes I don't set an alarm when I go to bed. I have that luxury just to disconnect and decompress. But I've had blazing rounds before now that because I was unreachable, I must have been doing something dodgy. I've been out for a ride, unable to answer texts because I'm controlling a motorcycle, with notifications turned off so they don't cover my sat-nav, to be greeted at journey's end by a barrage of messages because I didn't respond immediately to what was, objectively, an unimportant issue. If it's that urgent, you would have phoned. When I graduated university and started looking for jobs, I was told I was too old for some of the positions for which I was applying. I was 21. But because I had gone through uni, I hadn't applied as a child. No, you're out of the market. I mean, look at sports now. If you're not competing at an international level by the time you're out of your teens, you might as well give up. You're past it. I mean, what the fuck? Most new F1 drivers these days can't hire a road car to get to the circuit. I've turned up to play gigs and I felt like a fucking pensioner. Because the world is so full of people these days that you have to be outstanding at an early age to be taken seriously. But if everyone's outstanding, no one is. The average has just shifted up a bit, which is good because people are better, but it's still average. Or you end up overqualified. Apply for any office job over 40 with a degree and 20 years experience, and half the time you're overqualified and therefore command too high a salary to be actually employed when they can take on a child for no money. But if you try and start again in a new career, then you're too old to start again. You're too old to be learning. Because if you do start again, or if you take a second to pause or stop, if you take a break from the rat race to catch your breath or enjoy what's left of the planet, or you focus on your passions or your loved ones rather than achieving all the time, in a capital-based society, a capitalism-based society, you're apparently failing because you are judged by your ability to produce. Because to not achieve or to not successfully monetize your hobbies and passions, which is something with which I struggle massively, to just do something for enjoyment, is apparently failure. And that seeped into gaming. The basic definition... Hello, cat. The the basic definition of a game is an activity in which one engages for amusement or fun. That's it. It's just an enjoyable pastime. But time passing, has come to mean waste of time. So in order not to be seen to be wasting time and therefore subject to fucking judgment, in order to be constantly achieving, we've even added achievements into games. We've made even single-player, well-told stories into a competition. We've competized the very act of playing a game. Which to me seems very, very wrong. And a big fucking warning sign about society as a whole. So, if you're worried about wasting a couple of hours enjoying yourself, or you want to disconnect for a bit, here's permission. Just do it. And if you feel like someone else is in the wrong for not achieving, what do I always say? Try being a little kind. And realising that in an insanely fast and high-pressured world, what they, and you, may be achieving is a little calm, a little peace, and a little more enjoyment of the world around you. Bye!
Mephistopheles fell from her pedestal.